final video of the weekend, and I'm going to be giving a review of Sinister Dexter, Bulletopia by Dan Abnett, writing, art by Steve Yoel, and also Tazio Bettin. So really nice cover. So this is the final Sinister Dexter story before it then went on a sideways transformation into a new series called Azimuth, which book one of that is coming out in about 7 days' time. And Sinister Dexter's not had a collection in about 10 or 15 years. It's been a long time anyway. But the good thing is they give an introduction and a synopsis of all that's gone before on the interior page here. So I'll just give you the description of who they are if you're not familiar with them. So it says, Finnegan Sinister and Ramon Dexter are notorious gun sharks, hitmen, working the streets of Download, a super city covering mainland Europe, featuring in 2000 AD for 3 decades. Can't believe that I remember when it first came out. In stories written by Dan Abnett and drawn by some of the 2000 AD's greatest artists, Sinister Dexter has become one of the comics' most beloved and longest running series. Bulletopia is an epic celebrating the strip's, this is depressing, 25th anniversary. It's collected here for the first time. First thing I want to say is the quality of the book. Again, it's Rebellion, so there's no surprise there. The publishers of 2000 AD. Really, really sturdy cardstock cover that opens easily because it's got a groove here. It opens really well no matter where you turn. There's just shy of 200 pages inside. Azimuth is this one that's coming out soon. Beautiful, beautiful art by the artist who does half of this, Tazio Bettin. His art just really launches and it evolves in Azimuth, almost to like a Mobius kind of level of intricacy. There's a nice inlay as well. So it says on the back here, New World Disorder. In the rotting corpse of the city called Download, only the most ruthless people can survive. Finnegan Sinister and Ramon Dexter have made their mark, working together as contract killers, gun sharks for some of the underworld's biggest mob bosses. They are the best that money can buy. After killing a major crime lord from another dimension, the continuum has reset and nobody knows who Finnegan and Ramon are, but a rogue AI in the city may bring about a tragic end to their new start. So it's a fun hybrid of cyberpunk thriller and crime noir. And has done how Spider-Man Brand New Day kind of fluffed it a bit, making everybody forget. And it's like, oh, it was just like a cheesy reset. This wasn't a reset. This was a plot device that made sense. It was great. It was just fantastic. So this one here, that's Dexter, and that's Finnegan. Finnegan's the Irish one, and that's Dexter. He's got like this cool, kind of like cybernetic eye as well. They were created on the backbone of the Tarantino craze in the 90s. So I think they came out just a year or two after Pulp Fiction. Very, very similar kind of like archetypes to the two hitmen from Pulp Fiction. But they evolved so much more. If you only know Dan Abnett from his association with, say, DNA or doing Marvel and DC comics, you're not getting his best work. The great, I love the Legion of Superheroes stuff he did. I like his cosmic stuff he did for Marvel, but the best work he's doing is the series that he's done for 2000 AD, whether it's this, whether it's Feral and Foe, whether it's Brink, whether it's Kingdom, whether it's The Out, whether it's Lawless. He has freedom in 2000 AD, and there's no censorship, and it's stories for grown-ups. And that's what makes all the difference. He does his best work when he's not writing about superheroes, basically. There's no editorial restrictions. And what's good about 2000 AD, apart from, I'd say, Judge Dredd, apart from Judge Dredd, Astonishing Dog up to a point, but that's just because, unfortunately, some of the creators have passed on. They keep the same writers I think the only other one I can think of that doesn't is I've forgotten his name now, but the gay vampiric exorcist, and they tend to keep the writers on the series. So Dan Abnett, this has been Dan Abnett's voice all the way through for the 25 years that this series has been running, and the flow and the dialogue is so naturalistic and real. It is in Brink. That's like the culmination of his writing style. Brink is that's his most current series. But in this, it's so naturalistic, and you really get invested in the characters. You believe they are real, and when you have talent like, for example, you've got one of the original goats of the 80s and 90s, Steve Yule, doing his wonderful, clean, crisp artwork. That's obviously Steve Yule of Zenith fame, Sebastian O, Invisibles, and so on. But then, and again, just here, but then you have this fresh new talent coming on, who I think is from Venice, and that's Tazio Bettin. Very different in style, but equally just as impressive, and his artwork just keeps on getting better and better with each chapter that he does. And it's like one long, almost like road movie slash chase movie, with all different elements around it. It's one chapter which runs for about 20 pages, where it's basically like the classic zombie film Dawn of the Dead, where they're trapped in like this shopping mall, and all these kind of like undead characters are chasing after him. Really, really fun. And there's another bit where it's like a Jurassic Park scenario where they're on this dinosaur island, and there's just so much. He just runs well. There's another bit where they're fighting against pirates, and then another one. That's the dinosaur one. And again, the arts is just fantastic. And then there's another one. The paper quality as well, really, really sturdy. And the colouring is gorgeous. And then another one where it's almost like this witness slash folk horror episode where the almost like on this Amish campsite where they've done away with all AI, because the big baddie in this is AI as well, so very timely. This was written before the whole AI thing has blown up so much nowadays. And yeah, there's action tropes, there's horror tropes, there's everything to keep you invested. In the all the while, the dialogue is just pacey, pacey, pacey. And then they have a wonderful like Guy Ritchie gangster one, which flashes, and it does the Quentin Tarantino thing of jumping from past to present to past to present. To you don't know who the reliable narrator is, and it's just wonderful. But what's even more remarkable with the series, these have been the two main characters for 25 years, and suddenly Dan Abnett just thinks, haha, fuck you, I'm going to mess with your heads, and he pulls the rug, and he does something that you should by no means do with a series. He radically changes the dynamic of this team, radically, like really, oh my god moment. I forgot it had happened actually because I've not read this in a long time, and just reading it again, I still felt like saying gut punch, because like I said, to know Sinister Dexter is to love them. It's a really, really fun series, and I hope they do reprint the other 5 volumes beforehand, because like I said, they've not done for a while. So I hope they do bring them out, because they deserve wider recognition. And there's been chunks of this that I did miss, because for some reason, in my 2000 AD reading journey, there was issues that I missed. So it's nice to get the full story. And even though it's not quite 200 pages, it feels a lot more, because obviously the pages are bigger than you get in an American comic, and there's just so much detail, so much not verbally. It's not like verbal diarrhea like you get, or word salad. Each word means a bit, but there's a lot going on, not just with the words, but in the panels as well. And it's a big story. I've just read it in one day, and I could not put it down. It moves at such a brisk pace, and Dan Abnett's clever. he starts off with this. The story starts off with them running, and they keep on running, 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 and it goes from one bad situation to a worse situation to another situation. You even have romance thrown in. It's got everything. It's got comedy. It's perfect. It's just wonderful, and it's a wonderful ending to this incarnation of the characters that he's using in Sinister Dexter. Because, like I said, it evolves into something new with Azimuth, which is just a fucking fantastic series, and I highly recommend you pick up the book. I'm going to get the book when it comes out. Um, but yeah, it's very, very satisfactory. It's £19.99. I don't know what that. I think it's about $29.99, $24.99 or $29.99 in America. I'm not too sure, but it's a gorgeous book. It's a great read, a rollicking great read. It's wonderful. An easy 9 out of 10. Um, and like I said, I'm glad I got it now because it means I've only got a week to wait for Azimuth, which I will get when I get my next wish because I've gone crazy buying books this month. But yeah, really, really satisfactory. And but I mean, the like I said, Tazio Betten becomes the author of Azimuth, and that's how much his art has evolved. It's just gorgeous. And with Azimuth as well, there's even more twists and turns. There's characters in it, and you think, "Hold on, is that?" And it turns out it is. I don't want to give any spoilers, and I've really kind of like just given you the bare bones of the story because I urge you to buy this book. The more you support Rebellion's graphic novels, the more the put out, obviously, because it's not cheap to do things like this. Because if they fall flat, then what's the point of continuing with the series? So if enough people buy this, they'll do the back catalogue. It makes sense. But yeah, very satisfactory from the packaging to the art, to the colouring, to the quality of the paper, to the dialogue. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. And if you want something that's not superheroes, and you want something that's not moody or too serious, but it's growing up. What this ticks every box, and it ties everything up in a satisfactory way, where you know it's going to go to something new. And yeah, really, really enjoyed it. So another highly recommended book. I wouldn't, I wouldn't put it on my channel if I didn't like it. To put it that way, because I don't do negative things. If I don't like something, I just won't tell you. I just say I didn't. I stopped it. So this, yeah, it gets my seal of approval. So hope you enjoyed that, and I'm trying to think what my next reviews will be. It might be another manga one. It's a book I got a while ago, but the second book's coming out in July, and it's Kamudo. And in my pile, if you notice, I got the Trigon Empire, the Return to Trigon Empire, so that'll be my next as well, and Bulletopia, but those will most likely be next week. So have a nice week, and I shall see you soon. Bye.